Welcome to the C.Gars Cigar channel. There is no C.Gars Cigar channel. We're just filming here today, and we're very happy to welcome Justo from JRE Tobacco in Honduras, and we are introducing his brand of Aladino. It's the second release event. The first one was in Liverpool on Tuesday, and we're now in C.Gars St. James's. So, mucho gusto, Justo. Welcome.
Un placer being here. Cheers to you and to all the cigars and all the customers you have.
Thank you. We want to thank you first of all for bringing over the heat wave to London. It's been like Miami here, so you're probably used to it.
Oh, you know what? I'm very glad to do that. I actually, was able to see the countryside going up to Liverpool. I mean, never imagined that, that everything would shut down, the railroad system and everything, but it was a wonderful trip. And
Did you smoke cigars on the way?
Yes, absolutely.
Because the C.Gars car, you can smoke
the C.Gars car, I said, it kind of reminds me of my dad's car. So there's always cigars.
Perfect. So as you know, we've been launching the brand. We've been very excited about it. We did a very soft launch a couple of months ago, and we did the initial sellout, which was very, very successful. In fact, the brand interest took us by surprise, and we followed it up with our second order. Added something to the range. I think it's the Classic,
yes, sir.
Which we're very excited about because I love that cigar. And obviously your brand is now one of our stable of exclusively distributed brands in the UK. So that's going to be very interesting to see how much we can build it over the coming years. And tell us a little bit about the background of the brand.
Well, as you know, my father has been always a cigar grower. He's probably one of the pioneers that started growing Cuban tobacco right after the embargo. Since I mentioned before, Tampa used to be the capital of cigar manufacturing in the United States. So with the Cuban embargo came, there was a rush to find places to grow tobacco. And Angel Oliva from the Oliva Tobacco broker, was a great visionary. They started growing tobacco also in the northern part of Florida, but the Cuban Havana Clear was not able to be done anymore because it was certified by Origin and that. And after my dad went to Bay of Pigs and also went to Korea, what happened? He had to when he returned, the Oliva family actually took him to do some of the sorting of the pilot program that was done in Honduras, which actually today is our farm. So after that, he fell in love with Honduras and kept on going into Honduras, and actually became one of the biggest growers of the world, and also the biggest grower in the world of Candela leaf tobacco. And from there on, as stories went on, we were able to buy the brand of Camacho. We built Camacho to become a very successful brand in the United States. And in 2008, we were sold off to the group of Davidoff and then later on with a non-compete, we are able to start off Aladino, since we kept all the farms and all our basic lines of based on Corojo.
So Justo, give us some basics about the brand. When was the brand born? What year?
Actually, the brand was born in 2015, but with a small launch in the United States, very soft launch that my brother actually started the launch. And then in 2016, I came on board. I guess I was working in corporate America, and my dad actually told us, it's time to come home. So I was working in corporate America, and we were doing the transition, since my dad and I are very much farmers, and we have a lot of personalities which are extremely kind of like the same. So we're like magnets, positive and positive repel ourselves. But as you get older, I guess you get wiser, and you start to understand your father, and we were able to work very closely, and now things are just working out very, very nicely.
Excellent. And let me ask you, who does the blending?
My father is actually the blender. I think he's got a magical touch for his palate. It's very, very good.
He's got a very interesting palate, obviously, and he's blending, I'm sure, according to his taste. And the interesting part for us in the UK is that they are very much más sabor, not más fuerte cigars. Plenty of flavour, but not tons of strength. They don't blow out your palate. And talk about fathers, my father loves your cigars, and he's really a Cuban devotee. His cigar, his go-to is Monte Cristo No. 2. So to try and get him to try anything else is very, very difficult. To try and get him to actually enjoy something else is even more difficult. But he was smoking the Connecticut wrapper cigar, and he absolutely said this is a proper cigar, it's a proper blend, it's lots of flavour, and it's not tons of strength. So I think that was a very, very big achievement. So kudos to your father, and thank goodness I've finally converted my father to enjoying a non-Cuban cigar.
Well, you know what,
world cigar.
That's an honor to hear that. And my father always says that, you know, a lot of the smokers, what they want to do is enjoy a cigar, to be able to smoke another cigar and another cigar. So he actually believes in what you just basically expressed. So we basically blend a medium blend, but with lots of aroma and flavor. So even if you're a mild to medium smoker, you can perfectly enjoy that. But if you also like a stronger cigar, we have so much aroma and flavor that you're actually able to enjoy that.
Yep.
And normally a guy that has a cigar profile that has that medium body with lots of flavor and aroma, it's a cigar that you can smoke 2 or 3 during a day, or maybe, you know, it's not going to be an issue. A stronger cigar will actually, you know, with the strength of nicotine and all that, it will probably get you a little bit, you know, dizzy or something, or might, you know, you might do that after dinner. But our cigars are basically, you know, morning cigar, afternoon cigar, or, you know, late evening cigar. So we have everything in our portfolio.
The blends are very accessible, so they appeal to the novice smoker and also the experienced smoker. And I think it's because they've got a lot of complexity. They've got a lot of depth in the blend, but not tons of strength. So it doesn't jade your palate. You finish a cigar, have another scotch, fancy another cigar, straight back to another Aladino.
Talking about this other scotch, can you give me, this is a fantastic scotch. Tell me it's one of yours.
That's one of ours. That's the Staladew Royal Brackler, one of our range, selected by my partner Ron Morrison, who's an expert in whiskies, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. It does actually pair up very, very nicely with the Aladino.
And not only that, true pleasure meeting Ron. It was fantastic meeting him, and I know he knows his liquor because this is fantastic.
He certainly does. Knows how to pair it with cigars as well. So we're very delighted to represent the brand in the UK. You probably know we get approached by around 50 to 100 new brands, existing brands every year, and we only take on about probably 2 or 3 brands a year. We have to hit the flavour profile, the taste profile, the strength profile, construction has to be good, presentation, and the price point. And your brand was a home run on everything. It just hit a home run, absolutely fantastic. And what you don't know until now is that we did a focus group. Actually, we did 2 focus groups. One was just my friends, but we called them a focus group.
But that works.
Yep, but we did a group of guys, and we did a whole evening of sampling, blind taste testing, and your cigars came out tops, and we thought we have to have the brand. So that was the first stage in the process of taking the brand and making the decision that we wanted to get behind it, and we're very happy we did, because the UK market's an interesting market. It's growing. We're going through a cigar boom like I can't remember since the 90s. The market's grown dramatically, not at the expense of Cuban cigars, which are still booming even though there are supply problems, but the New World market, the same as the overall market for Cubans and New World, is growing exponentially in the UK. So we need new brands that are of merit, quality and character, and Aladino hit the spot in every category. So yeah, it is a very exciting opportunity for us to see how much traction we can get in the UK market, and so far there's a lot of excitement around the brand. So yeah, we're very happy with it indeed.
Well, I got to tell you, we couldn't be happier ourselves to work in C.Gars. Actually, a consumer of England that I think is one of your customers actually referred my daughter Vivian, which had just finished school here. She graduated last Friday from Central St. Martin, finishing her master's. And, you know, she was nicely, and you guys were able to get us an appointment. And as soon as we met, I told Vivian, these are the guys we need to be with. I mean, We hit it off from
the
the
only
beginning.
guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I didn't know you're the only guys. But like I said, it was a chemistry. You could see it when when you see eye to eye, and you're very honest about about the way you do business. And for us, it's the same thing. I mean, we're a developing brand, which we were extremely successful with the previous brand. And one of the great things that we have is our capabilities of not only producing cigars with recreating history, as we have, we control the farms. And like I explained to you, we're probably one of the biggest infrastructure farms in the industry, not the largest grower, but our technology and the way we grow our tobacco and the way we do many things very traditional, we could sustain quality. And for us, sustaining quality and flavor profiles that allow every smoker to have access to our cigars. And you can see a wide range of our cigars, which are Corojo based, and now we're coming out with a new classic, which is a Habano based Criollo 98. And I think it was a perfect match made in heaven. And so I really appreciate you the opportunity for bringing us on board, and you could count on us.
We're proud to have it in our stable of brands. We represent about 8, 9, 10 brands, New World brands in the UK. So this is a welcome addition that is going to be very successful if initial reactions are anything to go by, consumer reactions, which are the most important thing to us. And they are great value, absolutely great value, great quality. How do you maintain that quality? What is the quality control process on construction of the cigars? Because every cigar that I've smoked in the Aladino range, and I've smoked a lot of them, has been absolutely perfect. There's not one that bleeds or burns sideways or is plugged or has twists or any issues at all. They all burn absolutely perfectly.
Well, one of the things is my dad is always on the factory floor, and we have taught my dad always taught our people, we do the accordion bunch, which basically, there's also a tube bunch, which
Sure.
you could do a little bit more volume, but the accordion bunch, basically what you create is pocket of perfect air, and you do an accordion here, and then you put another accordion on the side of the filler, then you do the binder. Every single cigar is draw tested. And we're very, for us, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it well. It takes the same effort to do it good as do it well. Maybe you might sacrifice a little bit of volume, but at the end of the day, you want to have consistency. Whether you're consistently bad, consistently medium, or consistently good, consistency is one of the most important things.
So draw master machines?
Draw master machines in every single cigar that you get.
Every cigar?
Every single cigar that you get has got
before the wrapper goes on. So
yes, before the wrapper goes on.
So
you do the
binder
bunch.
on.
Yeah, you do the bunch, and then you absolutely go into the.
Interesting, because a lot of manufacturers now are doing it on weight, not draw testing anymore.
Weight is also very important because you want to keep your factory rolling cigars in a very consistent manner. Not only that, you also want to measure the amount of product that you're using, whether it's filler, binder, or wrapper, so you don't have excess of raw materials that are being wasted. So you want everything to do. So for example, if you're doing a Robusto, you're looking at 33 to 34 pounds per thousand. And that varies. So you want to keep that range to be there. You don't want to have, you don't want to be 10% below, because then the cigars are underfilled. And every single cigar is very strictly measured by our supervising teams.
Okay.
And that's what we try to do. We want to keep our production.
Single rollers or rolling in pairs?
No, we're rolling in pairs.
Right.
But all of our rollers are taught not only to be bunchers but also to be rollers. I mean, so they know everything. So
right.
The way we teach them, so if somebody doesn't come, they'll be able to do the bunch, or somebody roll the wrapper on.
Okay.
So we're
and how many cigars a day? 250,
right now,
300 per pair?
We do about 300 per pair. So,
right.
There's some pairs that are extremely, very, very, very. They have a
dexterous.
lot of dexterous. That's the proper word, and they could do about 350. But normally around 280 to 350, depending the vitola.
And can I ask, how many rollers do you have in the Galeria?
Right now, I think we have probably I think it's like 40 team. We're doing around 8,000 to 10,000 cigars a day.
So quite a small production.
It's a small production,
but high quality.
Very high quality. I mean,
Amazing.
I believe that today, in the world that we are, I'd rather do less is more.
I couldn't agree with you more. Make less. Well, I tell my customers, smoke less, smoke the best. Have a good experience every time. don't go for the volume thing.
No,
just
no.
have the best.
Believe me, we were in the volume before, and the more volume you get is way more headaches. You know, more boxes, more hinges, more paint, more tobacco, more personnel. So it's you know, you want to keep it very manageable in an operation that, you know, you always control your quality and be consistent.
Absolutely. And prime market is the US market, obviously.
Prime market is the U.S. market. It's been growing it's been very, very successful in growth for the last 2 to 3 years. As you know, the pandemic, and you probably experienced the same thing in England and probably Europe. You know, people stayed at home. They were consuming higher end liquors at home. They don't, you know, and they also went into more smoking. So in a way, we had, I don't want to say a boom like we had back in the 90s, but you know, there is an increase of consumption and new cigar smokers that they came out
for sure
and benefited, you know, the industry, and also benefited the high-end industry of liquors.
So outside of the US, where else have you branched out into, or why did you choose the UK market?
Well, the UK market, for us, I think it's a very prestigious market. It's something that we wanted to be in. You know, and I understand you're the second oldest retailer in the world, probably, I guess.
Well, in the UK, I don't know about the world. Definitely, it might be in the world.
It might be the world. I mean, you know, but for
second
us,
oldest, but the best.
But the idea is for us. We needed to expand, and expanding is very important for us. And so I guess, and plus my daughter wants to stay here, Vivi, which manages our marketing and also do business development for over Europe, and we also open up Dubai.
Excellent.
And the idea is to keep on expanding. Hopefully we'll be opening up also in Europe. And I know you're gonna guide us on that. You're gonna be kind of like our godfather, so I really appreciate
We're
that.
going to try our best.
Yeah, yes.
But I might have to make you an offer you can't refuse. So you might have to make a special line for the UK market, an Orchant selection at some stage.
Absolutely.
And the Belgian market, because
Yes.
I have a bit of a cult following in Belgium. Apparently any Orchant selection cigars put on our shelves sell out in a day. I don't know how that happens, but apparently I know how to approve a good blend, and it works very well. So I think a little bit down the line we have to have a conversation about making a sort of limited production Orchant selection Aladino.
Absolutely. We're here to help in any way we can, and any teaming up with C.Gars will be a wonderful joint venture project.
You heard it here first, from the man himself.
Thank you. Well, from the man himself is you, because that's it can't happen without you.
There we go. Okay, Usman, over to you. Justo, thanks again for coming to the 2 launch events in Liverpool and London. It's really been a pleasure. I've said it, but I'll say it again, we're proud to represent the brand in the UK market. We hope to roll it out to our other markets over the coming year, and we're very, very proud to be involved with this partnership, and we're looking forward to a great future together. C.Gars Ltd and Aladino. Aladino's now available in all of the C.Gars shops, Termo shops, and online across the UK. Hopefully I've done my bit on the partnership. You've certainly done your bit by making us fantastic cigars.
Well, thank you so much, and for all the success to you and your family and all your cigar
Salud. Thank you.
staff. Thank you so much.